Hi everybody, Carissa here with Inky Fairy Designs for MarkerPop today, and I wanted to share with you how I colored this cute little bunny by Paper Smooches using very simple two-color blending. So this is the stamp set. It's called Spring Fling. It has all these really cute Easter images. And I don't know if you know, but we have a challenge at MarkerPop every 2 weeks, a new challenge, and this week our challenge is Easter. It ends Sunday, so definitely if you've been making Easter cards, stop by and enter our challenge. We've got an awesome prize. So I die cut my banner. It's a Lawn Fawn die cut, and I die cut it from Copic Express It blending card, and I stamped my image with Memento Tuxedo Black. Those are my go-to paper and my go-to ink for coloring with Copic markers. So now we're going into the coloring of this bunny. And this is the technique that I wanted to share in this video. So to create kind of a textured, fluffy coloring, I'm using Cool Grays C1 and C2, and I am just adding little dots. I think the technical term would be stippling. And so I am adding those dots where the cast shadow would be, and I use heavier hand as far as like dots with the lighter color C1, and then smaller dots as I get to the darker color C2. And then you can see I take the colorless blender and I blend all of those together, not with brushing, but just using the same dotting motion with my colorless blender. And then to deepen up the shadows a little bit more, I'm using the V20, just tiny dots right where the cast shadows would be. So very simple coloring, but I love the texture that it leaves. And I added some very simple cheeks with the R81. And now I have to apologize for the angle of my camera. I have it above my desk, pointing down. But I tend to use the tip of my marker a lot when I'm coloring. It's just kind of my technique. And so it's sometimes hard to see me lay down the color. But I'm just using another two color blending for the carrot. I used YG63 and YG67 for the leaves. And now I'm using YR02 and YR04 for the carrot itself. And I wanted to point out, sometimes you see that I take the caps off both ends. And I wanted to let you know that the reason I do that is sometimes my markers are super juicy and I will see the ink start to pull at the tip of my brush. And I don't know if it's ever happened to you, it probably has, where you get like a big blob of ink because your marker is super juicy. By taking and uncapping the other end, it allows that ink to kind of suck back in. I don't know why, but it does. And so if you have a super juicy marker and you have that problem, uncapping the other end will help. So anyway, thought I would just give you that little tip. I'm also going to be assembling my card with you today. I thought that would be fun. It's not something that I normally do. So I'm just adding the sentiment from the same stamp set by Paper Smooches, and I'm adding some jute twine to the banner through the holes. I thought about cutting them off, but then I thought, oh, I'll add a little embellishment with a bow here, and I like it. It's cute. The bow itself gave me some trouble. You'll see me mess with it quite a bit throughout the video. I don't know why. I don't normally have problems with bows, but I think I just, it was just bothering me for some reason. It was covering the sentiments. It was too big. It was too little. It wasn't laying flat. Finally, at the end, I did add a glue dot under the knot, and I should have just done that right away, because as soon as I stuck that down where I wanted it, it didn't bother me anymore. So, little tip. Glue dots, tiny little glue dots are great. So I'm using some dies today. My favorite thing's Blue Pants 20 and the Lawn Fawn Stitched Party Banners, which I showed you. That's where I did my main image. I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite things, Blueprints dies. I'm absolutely in love with these dies. They make card assembly super easy. And I already pre-cut my panels. I'm using one 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock for my entire card today. I use the front and the back. It's October afternoon. Love the coordinating patterns. It's an older collection, so I'm sorry I don't know if it's still available. I'm trying to use up my stash. I haven't bought new paper in quite a while, so anyway, these blueprint dies, I love them. I only have two, but I use them constantly to make my cards now, and I use them interchangeably, so you don't have to only use blueprints 20 to create your card. You can mix and match, which I love. And the little zigzag dots that you see on this panel, that's also from that same die set. And I love that little accent. It's just adorable and so easy to create. I love the small scallop and the tiny stitches. It just finishes each layer really nicely. So I added some foam tape to the back of my image panel. I wanted it to have a little bit of dimension just to give it some interest on the card. So I'm just attaching that to the front. And then another thing that I'm doing lately is I am decorating the inside of my cards. You can see here I am messing with that bow again. Anyway, the uh, the blueprints, my favorite things, they make it so easy. I never used to decorate the inside of my cards. I don't know why, I just didn't care to do it, but it always felt unfinished, incomplete. And now I keep a stash of these white panels in the different sizes of the stitched rectangles. And then I can cut out an accent of the coordinating paper that I already have out, add it to the inside. Here I just used another die cut from that set to tie in the banner from the front to the inside, and now I have a great finished place to write my message to my recipient, and it just ties it all together. I love it. So this is my card today. I hope you enjoyed the coloring. Very simple. I hope you enjoyed the technique and the tips and kind of coming along with me as I assembled my card. Give me a thumbs up. Follow me. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.